But let's try and understand what really is happening within the infrastructure space. And we have with us Neerad Sharma, the head of strategy at NCC, joining in on the show right now. Neerad, hi, great to have you on ET Now. Firstly, tell me about the recent orders that you won, 533 crore rupees for buildings, right? Any revenue recognition that one can expect on your books in the second half of FY24? What's the timeline looking like?
Very good morning. Not in this fiscal, maybe next fiscal.
Okay. Other than this order, what is the order pipeline looking like? And, how is it shaping up in the environment of pre-elections already?
Yeah, let me give you a little background. Firstly, when we started this financial year, we had given a guidance of order inflow of 26,000 crore. So as we speak, we have already been able to book about close to 21,000 crore of inflows. What it really essentially means is it is already about 80% of the guidance that we have shared with the street. So we are very much already on the number. And as we speak, we continue to see very healthy pipeline of projects, which are being put up for bidding. But we have already, as I shared with you, we have already achieved about 80% of the guidance. So we are very comfortably placed. Or if I may add, we are already sitting at the highest ever order book that we have reported in the history of the company, which is more than 62,000 crore. So the proposition that you are talking about, this being an election year, the elections are around the corner. But as far as we are concerned, we do not really see this as a threat because we already have what we need to execute for, about next 3 to 4, years.
Fair enough. Morning. Are there any specific pockets like water or railways where you're seeing potential orders that are backed by government initiatives?
Continue to see very healthy pipeline of projects for this, this Jal Jeevan mission, Har Ghar Jal. So we continue to see, though the scheme is coming to an end by, March next financial year, but we continue to see healthy pipeline of projects. Other than the water, what we continue to see very healthy pipeline of projects is this new area called smart meters. So a lot of states have, planned. Some of them have already awarded few, lakhs meters. So as we move forward, we continue to see very healthy pipeline of projects for the electric smart meters.
Okay, fair enough. And your order inflow target, that was for about 26,000 crores for FY24. But by Q3, you've already achieved a significant amount of 20,000 crores worth of orders. So only 6,000 crores for inflows for the second half. Will you be revising your target?
We do not intend to really revise it. It is our considered view that, we should not be sending a mixed signal to the market participants. It is always better to talk about a number, and hopefully surpass that number. Not to keep changing that number, every quarter.
The other thing we're seeing right now is that raw material prices, especially steel, is already showing an uptick. What's your outlook on RM prices? And do you think they're temporary spikes and we'll continue to enjoy healthy gross margins from your end?
We believe so. In fact, if you go back in time, a couple of years back, we have already seen this phenomenon playing out. The raw material prices, especially the steel, had already, gone through the roof. But fortunately, things seem to be under control. There has been, some intervention from the government side as well. So as we speak, we do not really foresee this, really going out of the roof.
Usually execution is strong in the second half of a fiscal. It also picks up pre-elections. Can we expect an uptick in revenues and unbilled revenues to go down further from the peak level of 24%?
Could you please repeat your question?
No, what I wanted to understand is what happens to execution and unbilled revenues in in the latter of the fiscal from you.
Yeah. You are absolutely right when you say that, generally in the infra space, the execution picks up in the H2. But as far as we are concerned, we have talked about a revenue growth guidance of 20 odd percent. In the H1, we have already achieved about 35% growth. So going forward, we are pretty confident to hit that number, that is 20% revenue growth. Maybe hopefully surpass that number a bit.
All right, good to know. Thank you for taking time out and sharing with us those growth projections.